The wind was strong that evening. I remember standing near the Golden Gate Bridge, watching the waves crash below. I wasn't supposed to be there for long, I was just passing through, but then I saw him. A man standing on the edge, gripping the railing with both hands. His shoulders were slumped, his body tense. He looked ready to jump. My heart pounded. I wasn't the only one who noticed. A uniformed officer, tall and steady, approached him carefully. I later learned his name was Officer Farouk. "Sir, please step back," the officer said, his voice calm but firm. The man didn't move. He didn't even acknowledge him. I didn't know the man's story, but something about the way he stood, the way he seemed so empty, made my chest tighten. It was like he had already left the world in his mind. "I know you're hurting," the officer continued. "But this isn't the way. Let's talk. Just for a minute." The man let out a shaky breath. "There's nothing to talk about," he whispered. The wind picked up, pushing against both of them. The officer took a slow step forward. "Tell me why you're here. Let me understand." The man hesitated before finally speaking. "I lost everything. My business collapsed. I borrowed money, but I couldn't pay it back. My family, my own parents, disowned me. My wife left with our baby, and I haven't seen them in months. I have nothing left. Nothing." His voice cracked, and I saw his fingers tighten around the railing. "No one cares. No one would even notice if I was gone." A lump formed in my throat. I wanted to say something, but I didn't know how. The officer, though, didn't hesitate. "I notice," he said. "I'm here. I see you, and I care. You may think this is the end, but what if it isn't? What if life has something better waiting for you? You won't know unless you step back and give yourself a chance." For the first time, the man, Kevin Nduka, as I later learned, turned to look at the officer. Tears streaked his face. He shook his head again, but this time, there was doubt in his pain. "I don't know how to fix my life," he admitted in a broken whisper. "You don't have to fix it all at once," the officer said. "Just one step at a time. First, step back. Then, we'll figure out the rest together." Minutes passed. I held my breath. Then, finally, Kevin moved. One step. Then another. Away from the edge. Away from the darkness that had almost swallowed him. I never forgot that moment. Kevin's recovery wasn't instant, but it was steady. He spent weeks in counseling, guided by professionals who helped him process his pain. He reconnected with an old friend who offered him a place to stay and helped him find work. It was a small job, nothing like the business he had lost, but it was a start. For months, he worked tirelessly, saving every little he earned. He attended financial literacy classes, determined never to fall into the same trap of debt again. With time, he was able to secure a small loan, not for survival, but for a fresh start. He used it wisely, investing in a small trading business. Slowly but surely, it grew. The man who had once believed he had nothing was beginning to build again. Then came the hardest part, reconnecting with his family. He reached out to his parents, and though they were hesitant at first, they saw his efforts. His resilience softened their hearts, and eventually, they welcomed him back. His wife, who had left with their child, saw the change in him. It took time, but they rebuilt their trust. She returned, bringing their son, now a toddler, with her. For the first time in years, Kevin felt whole again. His experience inspired him. He knew what it was like to feel lost, to feel like there was no way out. So he decided to use his story to help others. He became an advocate for mental health awareness, speaking at events, visiting schools, and even working with organizations that supported people struggling with depression and financial hardship. He dedicated his life to reminding people that no matter how dark their situation seemed, there was always hope. Fast forward to 2024, 19 years later. I was walking near the bridge again, this time with my own family. And then I saw him. Kevin Nduka. I recognized him instantly, but he looked different. Stronger. Healthier. Beside him was a beautiful woman, his wife and 2 young children, holding onto their father's hands. They giggled as they walked. I couldn't stop staring. Then, I saw him approach someone, Officer Farouk. The same man who had saved him all those years ago. The moment they saw each other, they froze. And then Kevin hugged him, his eyes glistening. "Thank you," I heard him say. "You saved my life. And now, I help others find hope too. I tell them my story so they know they are not alone. So they know there's always a way forward." I swallowed hard, watching the 2 men standing there, the past meeting the present. Kevin had once believed his story was over. But now, he was proof that no matter how dark the night, the sun will always rise again.